Okay, I'm not normally one to act out of spite or anything, but I was having so many computer issues when trying to actually record this that this video is probably going to be off-center, and you know what, I don't care anymore. This whole thing sucked. I'm not going to go into it. But anyways, so today, I wanted to talk about Smash 64 items. I don't know why. I think they're kind of cool. Of course, if you know anything about Super Smash Bros., you know that, there's tons of items, and they all do some random crap or whatever. Now, I'm not going to cover every single item in this video, mainly containers and Pokeballs, that's because containers can't be spawned in training mode, so that sucks. And, Pokemon are random, so I didn't feel like going through the hassle right now, especially at the time frame. But I'll pretty much cover most of the other items in this video. But what I'll also do is I'll link a Google document I've been working on, because I learned some weird things when it came to this game. So first off, we should start with healing items. There's no good way to actually show how good they are because, well, you can't change damage in this mode, in training mode. The first game you can't. But something I guess we can start off with some shooting guns. You can only grab items with this game with jab, F tilt, and I think down tilt. Yeah, because even if I go for up tilt, nothing happens. So yeah, that kind of sucks, because that means since you can't really grab with dash attack or aerials, you really are, you just have to stop. You pretty much have to take a dead stop in your tracks and literally just actually press the button. It sucks because it's like you can't do attacks while grabbing an item like in later games, which makes items a bit easier to grab and stuff. But oh well. So, I'm not going to go through a lot of items in any particular order. Most items, like the healing items, like Maximum Tomato and Heart, those are self-explanatory. Star, that's self-explanatory. It makes you invincible for 10 seconds. That's cool. Oh, don't worry. Don't mind DK. The AI sucks in this game. What should I start about with first? I guess I'm gonna start with the Fire Flower. Fire Flower, it burns people a lot. But unlike later games where you can move, you can't move while shooting a Fire Flower. And when I run out of ammo, that happens. Now I should actually explain, with shooting items, they replace your jab, forward tilt, neutral air, and forward air, I think, in this game. Maybe also dash attack. Actually, let's check that. No, it does not. I'm surprised. You just have your dash attack. And I'm not mistaken, yep, forward smash as well. If there's any details I missed in this video, the document will cover most of them. This is not going to be an ultra-depth video, mainly because I don't even like a lot of these items. I think a lot of them are just okay. Next one I should want to cover. Gun. Honestly, the ray gun is not that special in this game, except look at how fast these things shoot. They shoot far. They go mad quick and they go mad far. And unlike, I think, Brawl and onwards, I'm not sure, the ray gun has 16 bullets in this game, or should I say shots. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Is that all the guns? Yeah, that's all the guns, bro. I want to leave what's it called? Battering items last. So I'm going to cover a classic. Bob-omb. Yeah, throwing item. And something I should say about throwing items, this is true even up to Smash Ultimate. You can't just let go of an item. See, something interesting about this, so if I just press R or grab, I just drop it. And if I do in the air, he just lets go of it. But if I take a bomb, for example, which is a throwing item, mind you. Never mind. let me try that again. If I to grab up a bomb, and if I just press grab, I just throw it. And this applies to the air too. Yep. That'll happen. You can't just let go of them. And to this day, that's still pretty much true for grounded. I am throwing items to thing. This doesn't apply to shooting items or battering items, which is weird. Now, something interesting with the motion sensor bomb, it's kind of awkward to show this. Let me die real quick or something. I'm gonna die a lot, don't worry. Is if I down throw it, it takes 2 seconds after it lands and gets armed. Like after the 2 seconds after the clip, it will actually blow me up. Really weird, if you ask me. I don't think this. I think it kind of applies in later games, but I have to double check in a different video or something, or on my own time. And just so you know, yeah, most of these things are absolutely ridiculous in terms of damage. As for the bumper, I should say this. Bumper will only stick to the ground, and it only deals set knockback. And you can even push it. Or do that, I guess, I don't know. Now, as you probably kind of noticed, this is true for Pokeballs and capsules, but I can't throw capsules because it's a container. There's honestly no point in down throwing most of the time. The only reason you want to down throw an item when you're on the ground, or down smash throw, is if you want to instantly put it back on the floor, or like with a Pokeball, you insta spawn a Pokemon. Yeah. Because, like, if I were to do it with a green shell, that'll happen. Like, what's even the point? Nothing. Like, yeah, if I down smash throw it, it would do that. But, like, down throwing or down smash throwing is honestly, for most of the time, kind of pointless with any item. Because it's like, well, because it's like, when you down throw an item, it has almost no hitbox to actually hit the opponent. Like, when I test these items, you would not believe how hard it is to actually, like, hit opponents sometimes. See how it's point blank and it didn't hit him? And mind you, DK's big. And it, just as I implied, you can basically throw all of these as a forward tilt. As a tilt or a smash attack throw. It's also a mechanic that the games doesn't even bring up that well. Dang, that did a lot of damage. Not a lot of knockback on me. So, after explaining a bit more about throwing items right there, I want to talk a bit about the red shell, because, yeah. This thing apparently does, like, set knockback, as you can see. I don't even know which game got rid of the red shell. I forgot if it was Melee or Brawl who got rid of the red shell. But I'm glad they did, because, honestly, we need less games with red shells. Everyone hates red shells, I'm pretty sure. But no one wants to admit it. Is that all the throwing items I want to talk about? Yeah, I guess so. So now, from the battering items, which is what I mainly want to talk about, and if it seems like I'm rapid firing this, I kind of am. But believe me, this is mainly just a video just to show some items and then just advertise the Google Doc. That thing's way more in depth if you actually want to learn about how this stuff works. I guess we can go with the beam sword. Now, of course, this is just a lightsaber. But something interesting about the beam sword in this game is that, unlike later games, or some later games, especially Brawl, the weapon itself does not extend when it doesn't grow when you attack with it. In later games, beam swords have absurd range because it will literally grow when you attack with it. In this game, it doesn't do that. So it's like literally just a basic item. And something I want to explain with weapons, especially primarily battering weapons, for some reason, I probably accidentally showed it, and this is probably elaborated a bit more in the Google Doc. The first time you hit someone with a certain kind of weapon attack that isn't a throwing attack of any kind will deal more damage on the first hit for some reason. And now I don't know why. But also, this applies to all. This pretty much applies to all attacks that can hit off the ground. So like a grounded Donkey Kong here. that jab did less damage than if I jabbed him up close. Usually, I'm just gonna explain it, like, I'm just gonna say it here for the record. If an attack can hit off the ground, or hit a grounded opponent, I should say, it will deal half the damage it normally does. I didn't record every single OTG damage, but generally if you test it, yeah, that's the damage. That's enough of that, though. I want to talk about the hammer. So, hammer's unique. It lasts 12 seconds, which I think is significantly longer than in any other Smash game. And of course, as per usual, you can't really do much with it. But it always seems to do 30 damage, but when I tested this, for some reason, sometimes it did 15. See right there, how that one did 15? Maybe it's the third hit specifically, because that one also does 15. And just so you guys know, there is no attack scaling in this game. Hitting someone over and over again with the same attack in this game always deals the same damage. So maybe it's just, I don't know. And I can't really add extra computers in training mode, so I can't even be extra sure. You probably have to go into an actual like one player versus mode to see if it's like the first 2 hits deal 30, then the next deal 15. But regardless, it does a lot of knockback. Just as strong as it is in other games, honestly. I know what to leave for last. Any other things? I guess there's a Star Rod I can talk about. You know, this is a classic from Kirby. Shooting stars. Now, something I noticed is that the stars in this game travel far. I mean, they travel far. Look how far this travels. There is an ammo count. I already forgot what it was, though. So yeah, it mainly happens just on F tilt and F smash, and in later games they nerf the damage of the Star Rod's star, but in this game, yeah, it goes mad far. Like, look at that. Okay, it's out, but it's fine. I didn't even like the Star Rod that much either. Anyways, because what I mainly want to talk about is the home run bat, because as per usual in all Smash games. Now that doesn't seem that bad because I was at 50, but you know, I was just setting it up. Ignore that first hit. Even though it did 8 damage, it literally killed DK in 1 hit. But that's not even the weirdest part to me. Let me beat him up real quick. So, he's at 25, right? Oops. Notice that it did 10 damage when he was at 25, but earlier it did 8. Yeah, I don't know about all the mechanics in this game, honestly. It's weird. There's so many weird things. Like, some throwing items seem to be affected by gravity. Like, some items seem to be affected by gravity for their damage. And some items don't seem to be affected by gravity for their damage. I don't know. So, when I made the Google Doc, what happened was, a lot of moves have nearly the same damage, but I kind of grouped some together, partly because there's so many of them to test for how many ways you can throw an item, and you will see it a lot, but like, the damages I give in the Google Doc for throwing items specifically, with gravity and stuff, will have, those are like how much you should expect a thrown weapon to deal. And in some cases, like weird oddities with the home run bat, I'll also list that they have weird damage sometimes, because I don't know why that happens. Where I deal 8 damage at low percent, but then deal 10 at higher percent. I don't know. That's just weird. And I said earlier that I wanted to talk about the home run bat, but that's a lie. I want to talk about this thing. The main reason I want to talk about this thing specifically is I miss this. They removed this in Smash 4, I think, and it's literally my favorite items. One of my favorite items in Smash 4 because you can do that. Like, look at this. And if you're wondering to yourself, what is happening? This thing has reverse knockback. Like, it literally draws people in. It draws him so in that I literally can't hit him anymore. And this is true for that. You can do this. Because the fan's unique, in a sense. After a certain point, it doesn't gain any more knockback on forward smash, you can just do this. I'm pretty sure this isn't even an infinite. I'm pretty sure you can just tech the ground. But, yeah. I hope they bring this back. I'm sad it's not in Smash Bros. Anymore. It's so trolly, but I don't know. And yeah, none of these will pretty much ever kill. It's ridiculous. I'm just sad that this thing's gone. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I just want to make one more small rant about this item. It literally doesn't deal reverse knockback in later games, I think. I think in, like, Brawl, it just has awful knockback, but its jab still vacuums them in. But, oh well.